So many of us are in search of happiness, but don't know how to obtain it. And when you hear people try to explain how to obtain happiness in your life, they make it so confusing and so complex, but it's really simple. The best way to increase happiness in your life is through expressing gratitude. If you learn to express gratitude, you can generate happiness within you. Happiness is merely a byproduct of gratitude, being thankful. So if we can learn to be a lot more thankful about what we do have in life or, what we have been blessed with, we can increase the amount of happiness that we feel in our life. Gratitude is just so beautiful because it is something that can be expressed in any moment of life. Whether you're going through something difficult, whether you're going through something that's good, you can still express gratitude. If I'm going through a storm or I'm going through something challenging and difficult, I can still be thankful for what God has blessed me with in my life. I could be sick. The medical bills could be going through the roof, but I can still be thankful for the friends and the family members that I have in my life that love me unconditionally. So I can still generate happiness while going through a storm. That's the beautiful thing about it. Because I can be thankful, of course, when something good happens to me, but I can also be thankful during the times that I'm going through something that's challenging. That's the beautiful thing about gratitude. And not only is happiness a byproduct of gratitude, but peace is also a byproduct of gratitude. When I'm thankful, I am also creating peace within because I'm in a position of just being thankful, having that I'm so blessed, how can I be mad feeling. When you're generating that within you, you're creating peace. You're allowing yourself to be okay with whatever you're going through in that moment. So it's all kind of a perception thing. If I can change how I perceive something that's happening to me, I can change the emotion that my body generates or that my mental generates. So if I'm going through a storm, if I change the way I view it, if I no longer look at it to be negative, if I switch that around and say, hey, I'm going through X, Y, Z, if I acknowledge it, but then say I'm thankful for what I do have, or I'm thankful for having this in my life, I'm almost canceling out that negative emotion. I'm changing my perception of what's happening to me, which means I'm changing my emotion that I generate from within. Because we all know that your emotion is generated based off of your perception, how you're choosing to perceive a specific event that's happening to you is generating a specific kind of emotion. So if you change your perception, you can change your emotion. You can naturally generate happiness through the changing of how you see something that's happening to you. So when you understand that, you have more control than you ever thought you did. You thought you had to do X, Y, and Z to be happy. You thought happiness was just something that was hard to obtain, something that you may never obtain, but it's something that you've been able to generate from the very beginning, but you just didn't know how to. You didn't have the wisdom or the knowledge, to make that happen. So now we do. Now we know that the changing of our perception, we can change our emotions. If I'm going through a storm, I can be thankful in the middle of that storm, which will change my emotion, which will generate happiness. So that's the best way to create more happiness in your life. So I didn't want to make this video long. I wanted to make it quick, straight to the point. I didn't want to make it confusing because it's not something that's difficult. It's not something that's complex. It's very simple. Now, what you need to do is very simple, but implementing it is something different. Now, always being able to express gratitude is not always easy. You know, my aunt just recently died. It's hard to express gratitude in the middle of something like that. So it's definitely something that's going to be challenging when trying to implement it in your life. But if you consistently do it, consistency is key. If you consistently do it over and over and over, it'll start becoming natural to you, which means you'll naturally have more control of generating happiness within you. But I thank you guys for checking out this video. I'm gonna have more content on the way. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.